Hello crafters and paladins, and welcome to Roll for Crochet, the series where the dice decide what I crochet. Today I'll be using these miniature metal dice. I just love these ones. First up, yarn size. We've got a 4, that's worsted weight, which is what I like to use a lot of the time. Now for item type. And that's a 5, food and animal. This could get interesting. Let's start with the animal. 15, a bunny. And now for the food. 8, pretzel. Okay, well, now I want soft pretzels, but I guess I'll roll for accessories instead. We've got a 12, which is horns. Okay, I actually think this one might turn out great, but let's see what Crochet Mayhem has in store. A 6, surface crochet. I've actually never tried that, so we'll see how it goes. I'll be starting with white worsted weight yarn and this 4mm crochet hook. I drew out some different design ideas for the bunny and eventually decided that I liked this one the best, then I adjusted it a bit and followed this one. The body was fairly simple, so I started with that and finished it pretty quickly. I decided to make the pretzel as a thin tube and then fold it into the pretzel shape later. Now on to crocheting the ears, and look how happy I was to start, until I had to restart, but we soldier on, and there's one ear done. I worked on ear number 2 during a short car ride, and that's both ears done. My husband suggested to make the ears longer than the body, and I think he's onto something. Now let's see if I win yarn chicken. Got the arms done, but I don't have much hope for the feet. As I thought, I didn't even finish one foot, so off to the store. I didn't know what brand of yarn it was, so I brought a sample to color match, and I thought this yarn was perfect, but it's a different shade, so there goes that. So here's the new plan. This ear was a little bigger than the other, so I'm gonna undo most of it and remake it with tighter tension, so hopefully there's enough yarn left over to finish. That's all I got out of it, so let's hope it's enough. I got most of it done, but had to finish the last few stitches on each with the new yarn, which I'll just hide at the bottom. I forgot to record making the horns, but you'll see them later. The biggest thing I hate about sewing the pieces on is making sure they line up perfectly, so it takes me some time to make it right. Now to sew the pretzel into shape. It's definitely missing something, so let's add some salt. That's much better. The ears were sticking out a lot, so I sewed them down onto the body and then moved on to the horns. I ended up embroidering the eyes on so I could make them nice and detailed. For the surface crochet, I realized it wasn't really the best for stuffies, so I had to carefully pull the yarn from the side into the stitches every time, but look how it turned out. I think the long ears were definitely the right call, and I just love how everything works together. I think this was a great roll. All things considered, this one wasn't too difficult, at least I didn't have to make it with thread this time. I'll call this one Nibblesworth the Snack Snatcher. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time!